Hello, beloved. Welcome to my diary. I'm Tatami, and today we are going to talk about this jacket and falling for other people's sustainability bullshit, especially if you're actually trying to make better choices with your purchases. This is just a lesson I learned that at first, really embarrassed me and made me mad, but then I've just kind of, learned to live and grow with it. But let's smoke the morning chop first. Okay, so a few years ago, I needed a new winter coat. And I was trying to look around for them. It was kind of like a faux fur coat thing, was kind of feeling like it was going in style, but I've always really wanted, I don't know. I think it's just a thing. I think it's a thing in my community because a lot of other girls were like, not at all caught up in it in my community, but I got caught up in it because I was trying to do all of this sustainability bullshit. I was just trying to get into it. So naturally, vegans started to suck me into it. And I thought like that those things were compatible because that was how it was presented to me. And so I thought it was automatically compatible, should I say. I do think some forms are automatically compatible, but a lot of things that you do in veganism are not automatically compatible with being sustainable. And yet it's painted that way. So I was just seeing a lot of stuff about like fur coats and like buying the fur coats. And when you buy things, it makes these things happen and blah, 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 blah. And so when I ended up going through the different shops, I found a black owned shop where the lady was selling these like in bright blue, pink, green, blah, blah, blah. I ended up choosing this one, which was not the best choice because my husband calls me Sully whenever I wear it. But I digress. I basically got this coat, and at first I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cute. I was really happy with it. And then and then I learned that faux fur is made of plastic. Which I like when I heard it, I was like, girl, you knew that. Like you knew. Like if somebody had been like, well, think about it. Like what is this made out of? I would have known, I feel like, if I had stopped to really consider what it was. But at the time, I thought I was replacing something that shouldn't be used with something that was a better alternative. So it was like I had fallen for that hype because that's the funny part is it wasn't like what's her name, Modern by Momo. It wasn't like this sister was out here trying to say anything about her product being sustainable. It was just some random vegans somewhere that had convinced me that this was going to be a better option, but I hadn't realized in what way better. For them, it was better because an animal did not die. For me, it was not better because now every time I walk around in this, if I wash it, if I, and if I don't use it, it's a waste of plastic. And if I do use it, it's just shedding plastics everywhere. And essentially it's just like it's a lose-lose in my opinion in that sense. The only win for it is fashion wise, it makes me happy, it makes me laugh. Otherwise, as it goes for any of my other beliefs in life, it's kind of like a terrible purchase. And further, it started after that. That's when I started kind of being like, damn, but this is my only jacket. Obviously, I'm going to keep wearing it. I needed a jacket. Like, it was my only jacket. So I keep wearing it. And then it finally occurs to me, I start realizing about reducing and like reusing. And so it occurs to me that I could have bought a used fur jacket, a used fur coat, and that would have been more sustainable and for probably comparable price. Like, I mean, I'm not like saying it probably would have been about twice as much on eBay, but I'm just saying it. And the other part of that is if I had gotten an actual fur coat secondhand off of somebody, it would last a lot longer than this coat, right? Because that was the other thing I started to realize was like, okay, you have your pleather and your leather, but pleather lasts for like a year, 2 years. Whereas leather shoes, you take care of a good pair of leather shoes and you could theoretically pass those shoes on down to somebody else, like in your family, you know what I mean? The same as a fur coat, because those products last. And so, it was just like really eye opening to me that after, right, and it literally happened like within a few months of me making this purchase, for me to realize, like, wow, this is just not a sustainable purchase. Like, a lot of these vegan things, they're just plastic, and that's the thing that I'm trying to use less of. That's the reason I'm buying all of these items that are in glass, so that I can reuse the glass jars, so that I have things to store my food in that's, sustainable. And like, that's why I'm doing all this stuff. But yet and still, like, when it comes to clothes, I feel like sometimes vegans are like a little short-sighted, or that they're misleading to people like me who are trying to be sustainable. And I got really mad too. Like, I went back to that group and I was like, what did I say? I was like, fuck the animals. I'm here for Mother Earth. And they were pissed. They were pissed. I've never had like 50 people come at me like, what do you mean by this? What are you talking about? Fuck you. Fuck, this is why I hate people. This is why I blah, blah, blah. This is why I don't fuck with nobody. And I was like, nope. Because I'm here for the entire planet. This is why we struggle, is because y'all be out here like, save the pandas, save the seals. Meanwhile, the ecosystem that those things survive on is destroyed. It's not being protected. It would be way easier. Like, pandas are impossible to breed and keep in captivity, but like, so why aren't we focusing on their ecosystem? I have no idea. They're useless. They're useless animals, and like, this is useless. Like, this fake leather and fake this, so that you're not wearing an animal, so you're not cruel, but you're being cruel to the whole Mother Earth walking around in this. And like, that's the part that really upset me, was I was like, y'all really misled me and made me think like I was doing something. And then I came back and said to you guys, like, no, you've been befuddled. And they had the audacity to get back at me. So I'm passing it on to you. I'm letting you know, this is not sustainable. This does not help Mother Earth. This does not. And this is not to say like, never purchase something that has like an iota of faux fur or plastic. If it's got a plastic zipper, get the heck out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I have another thing that I love with faux fur that I realized. This is my cloak. This is my cloak. This is like my favorite thing to wear. This is a real cloak. I have a video I've been meaning to put up with it, but it's got faux fur too. But this time purchasing it, I didn't purchase it with this sense of like I was doing right by anything. I understood fully I was being very self-indulgent, and your girl wanted a cloak with some luxurious feels to it, and that's what I did. And so, unlike with this one, which I've definitely come to terms with, I was mad for a minute, y'all. I got myself a whole different coat, like an Ankara coat with like just cotton, and like I think it's got some satin on the inside, because I was just like so upset with myself and was like, can I walk around in this coat? But the fact remains is I did buy this coat. I do appreciate this designer. I do, I don't know, like it was like something I did when I didn't understand it, and now that I understand it, it's not something I really do thinking I'm doing something anymore. And in fact, I don't try to purchase things as much new anymore. I do try to purchase them secondhand, because it just makes more sense, and it's reuse and reduce is the first two steps, right? So someday this coat will fall apart. I'm hoping I'll be able to take care of it for long enough. And my hope is, I'm like, my daughter might be like a weird kid when she gets to be 16, so I can be like giving her stuff like this. But you never want to, if you're the weird kid, your kid always turns out normal, and you're the normal parent, you always got this rebellious kid who wants to dress in like either crazy colors, all black, something. So I'm trying not to like, I'm like, don't pressure them. But who knows, maybe I'll be able to take care of this long enough so that it can make another generation of weird person happy. But don't fool yourself. This pleather and this faux fur, it's not helping anyone. It's not helping the planet. Don't fall for the okie doke. The only thing that you'd be doing with that is perhaps saving the animals' lives, and and that's only if you really want the fur look. So I don't understand that too. It's like, why would vegans really want the fur look anyway? If it's like, if it's like an animal and you're fake wearing it, I don't know. May your ancestors and spirit guides be with you at every crossroads, and I will see you next time.